I'm on my way to Charlestown Breachway. I stopped to get propane, but they're closed today. So I may need to go out early, pack up and to go get propane at some point during the week. So I'm gonna go to Charlestown Breachway campground. And first I need to get around this U-turn where the propane is. We fill propane, but not on Sundays. So this is called narrow lane, and if you see the video monitors, you can see I have very little space on my right and left sides. I'm almost on the lines on both sides. This is a 25-mile-per-hour road. One of the things about these big rigs is that you have to start braking a whole lot earlier than with regular vehicles. You also need to pull out further before actually turning the wheel. This one is also very narrow. You can see this is shaking a lot, and believe it or not, this is the good road. So this place sells propane, but they only do the tanks that you carry in. They don't have the fill for a rig like this. So I have about a third of a tank of propane. I can show you the gauges later. And hopefully that will last me for the few days that I'm going to be here. I have the Chinese diesel heater, which I'm going to set up and try out because I might need that for heat. It's only supposed to get to the mid 60s during the day and then down around 50 at night. So I might need a little bit of heat. If it was just me, I probably wouldn't bother, but I have all these mushroom bags that I don't want them to get too cold. So I'll set up that Chinese diesel heater and test that out. Then I won't be reliant on the propane for heat, and I'll just use it for cooking. I also have the microwave that I can use for heating things up. If it's a nice sunny day, I don't have to worry about making any solar energy for the batteries. I think it's supposed to be partially cloudy for a few days, so I'll just monitor the battery level. I can also run the generator if I need to. So I do have an almost full tank of gas. One of the safety features of the generator is that if you have less than, I believe, a third of a tank of gas, then it won't turn on. And that's so that you don't run the generator and empty your tank. So you can always have enough gas to go and buy more gas. We are at Charlestown Town Beach. Parking area to the right. And welcome to the road for the Breachway. Hope you don't get seasick on this video. It's a 15 mile per hour limit. Right now I'm going about 7. And believe it or not, there are speed bumps coming up. Why do you need speed bumps on a road like this? But I do love this campground. Oof. Slow speed bump. Already going 7. I love seeing these houses up on the big stilts. And then they have tanks underneath, which are for water. The beach is just on the other side of the houses and the open ocean. Ooh, I'm going a whole 11 miles per hour right now. Look at this octagonal house on the left. I don't know if you can see the open ocean on the left between the houses. These are the last houses before the campground. So there is public parking at the campground, and on the other side of the public parking is the parking for the RVs. And the campground itself is on the Breachway, but the spot I'm at, which is my favorite, is right on the end, and you can see the Breachway and the open ocean, and it is just lovely. We're almost at the guard station. I'm almost at check-in. Here we go, Charlestown Breachway State Campground. So I'm going to pull in and then go into the office to complete my check-in. I'm pre-registered, of course, as much as I could. So I will be back. There was no clerk in the office, so I'm going to go to my site and set up, and then I'll be back. So I am in site 58, which is my absolute favorite. There you go, 58 directly ahead. So in this campground, there are red bricks that are sort of buried, and those delineate the edges of the space. So I can see red bricks there and red bricks over there, and that looks good. Let me go out and just double check that I'm good within the space. I'll bring you out with me. So, welcome to Charlestown Breachway. What I want to make sure is that I'm not encroaching on anyone else's space. So here are the red bricks, here and over there. And I also want to make sure that there's enough space. Since I'm at the end and I'm going to have my slides out, I want to make sure that there's enough space for people to be able to pass through this, because they go through this area to get to the waterfront. And oh, here are the red bricks on this side. And you can see the breachway. Isn't that lovely? So I think I'm going to pull forward more and also angle more towards that direction. And then I'll check it again. Oh, and I have a neighbor already. just pulling in. I'm gonna pull forward and that way. Let's see how I am now. Hello. That's looking pretty good. I could go forward a little more, and that will give people a little more space behind me. Yeah, I think I'll go forward a little bit more. And in this campground, I'm going to put the jacks down because I am a little unlevel, and also I want it for the stability because it can get kind of windy here, and the jacks help with the stability. Okay, I'm going to call that good. So I'm going to, oh, here's a nice view. I'm going to turn on the jacks. So in order to do that, let me flip this around. So in order to put down the jacks, we have this auto leveling system, and I have to put the emergency brake on and turn it on. And the weight is flashing right here. Once it stops flashing, here it shows that this needs to be leveled a little bit, this needs to be leveled a little bit. And last time we were at a campground and used it, I recalibrated this. So I want to see if it will auto level. So I'm going to hit auto. And it is evaluating it. You can hear the hydraulics starting. And it is still doing its thing. Still flashing weight. So it is still working. And I can hear the hydraulics. See over here, the right is still blinking. Yay, I got a green in the middle. It's all done. So I'm going to turn it off. Now I can put out the slides.